Welcome to the Getty-Dubay Italic Letter of the Day video series, where we use the Getty-Dubay Handwriting Success App to talk about best practices for each letter of the alphabet, one at a time. This video is for parents of school children, teachers, and adults who would like to work on their own handwriting. You can follow along using the app or any of the Getty-Dubay Italic handwriting workbooks, or simply use lined paper. Your handwriting can go places. Today's letter of the day is the lowercase k, which in italic has two forms, both in basic italic and cursive italic. This is the one that most people use. I actually prefer this one. Today we're starting with a large letter size, which you can see is similar to that of the ruled lined paper that you would find in elementary school. By comparison, here is college ruled paper and the standard adult legal tab. You can practice along with this video using the Getty-Dubay Handwriting Success App. In the paperback version of the Getty-Dubay Right Now book, the Getty-Dubay Italic Handwriting Series for kindergarten through 6th grade, or simply write on lined paper. Today's letter brings us into Family 2, where we introduce the diagonal strokes of the K. So we begin with a downstroke. We're going to trace that downstroke from the ascender line, which is half as high as the body height of the letter, all the way down to the baseline. Notice that's exactly the same stroke as the lowercase l that we practiced in another video. The second stroke starts over from that vertical line, comes down, makes a 90-degree angle to the baseline. Both of those lines are straight. And notice that if we put the corner of a piece of paper up, we can see that that is a true 90-degree angle, a right angle right in there. It's time to trace again. Downstroke, breathe out, diagonal into the exact middle of the letter, the body height, and down to the baseline. Let's trace one more time. Breathe out on the downstroke. Pick the pencil up for the second stroke. This is one of 6 two-stroke letters in basic italic. And now that was the dress rehearsal. Here's the performance. Straight down. Oops, my pen didn't quite get the ink going there. And a nice 90-degree angle. An alternative to that makes a one-stroke K. This is the one I like. Downstroke, and now without picking up the pen, we come up to the waistline, around again, and down just like the final stroke of the other form of K. Here we go again. We're going to trace the dashed line, down just like the lowercase l, now up, retracing the line over and down to the baseline. Once again, we start at the ascender line, half the height of the full body height, down to the baseline, retrace, up and around and down. One more time, this time on our own, and down to the baseline. Now we're going to move to the cursive italic K, and that is on page 28 of the Getty-Dubay Handwriting Success App. And this has 2 versions shown as well. We're going to start with the simpler version and it is very similar to the basic italic form, except there is the addition of that serif, the exit serif, that allows us to join into other letters. So we're going to start at the top, the ascender height, and down to the baseline, pick up the writing instrument, move over a 90-degree angle, and then a nice exit serif. Let's try with tracing one more time with the dashed line, and just a light serif there. It's a little bit of a bigger serif than the lowercase l. Let's try that on our own. Breathe out on the downstroke, not too far over, 90-degree angle, and exit serif. I think my exit serif was a little bit severe on that. Let's try again. I think that's better. Notice how I've matched the slope angle, and my spacing shows that those are two separate letters. Let's try again. Here's the performance. Down, not very far over, 90-degree angle, and a slight exit serif. Very nice. Now we can try the one-stroke version. Start at the ascender line, straight down just like a lowercase l, up and around, and down again with that slight serif. We're going to trace that now on the next line down. And we can try that here. Breathe out. That's a much straighter line. Nice. And now we can take that one-stroke K or the two-stroke K and join into other letters. We feel it's important to practice letters on their own, but after a while there are diminishing returns. 6 or 8 times through a letter is great, and then it's time to move on to join that letter with others in letter combinations or words. Down, up and over, around, 90-degree angle there. Now we're going to take that into, swing up and over into the N. Let's try that again. We're going to use the two-stroke K this time. A vertical line just like the lowercase l, up and over, and now join into the N. Let's take that K and put it to use. We can practice this K with a letter combination KS, taking advantage of that exit serif from the K. And let's combine it with the letters next door here to write a whole word. Let's take a look at the history of the letter K. It started far back with the Egyptian hieroglyph meaning palm of a hand. The Phoenicians took that hieroglyph and simplified it. As you can see, here is a simplified version of a hand and a wrist. The Greeks turned that on its side, and eventually the fingers started spreading out. The Greeks wrote right to left and alternately left to right. Their letters faced the direction of the writing. Eventually they settled on left to right, and the Romans picked that up for the capital letter K that we know today. That letter K was written with a brush and then incised in stone. As the letter K developed from the capital to the lowercase, it changed somewhat. These letters were written typically with edged pens, and you can see it's not until the Gothic form of the K where we have that distinctive loop that we've added for our alternate one-stroke K that the italic picks up on. here with a full ascender height, up and around and down. It's important not to add a loop to the top of that K as in looped cursive. We read letters from the top and that just obscures the information. So here we have the basic italic K that we learned and the cursive italic K. Thank you for joining us for the letter of the day, K.